the only thing that was talked about at that board meeting, the only thing decided was, did we want to talk to them at all? And I think, I frankly think that COVID-19 and then subsequently the protest, I think all of it has just accelerated everything. And we as a council, we are right now, of the top 25 in size, we are number 25. If we were to merge with West LA, we become number 5. And I really believe that our council is and will continue to be and will be in the future one of the leaders that's going to help drive change up at National. And we do need change. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying from a positive standpoint, we do need change up at National. And I can give lots of examples, but I'm not sure it's relevant for this conversation. So, but my point being to you is that we are in an exploratory phase. The two councils have done it twice before. Both times they did not come to a merger. So all we're doing at this point is talking. So before I move to the next subject, let me hold there and see if anybody has additional questions or, I will tell you this, by the way, as a side note, all of the Region 4 and all the Western region constantly point to us and say, look what happened between LA and San Gabriel. And it's funny to hear your own example being used. My own example has always been 1 + 1 rarely equals 2 when you come to mergers. In our case, 1 + 1 = 3. I never could have imagined how well it turned out. And look, are we perfect? No. But are we in the midst of, constantly looking at refining? Yes. Our capabilities and the leadership that we've got coming in, the people we're recruiting, it's like this council has never seen, ever seen. I've got one question. Hang on one second. Okay. Brian's asked me a question. What kind of changes do you see at National that you would like to have? Good question, Brian. National, and again, please don't take this as national bashing. It's not. It's just that there's a difference between old school and new school. Call it that. Okay? National is operating like a 1960s franchisor, and we're a franchisee. Here's how you do it. You need to do it this way. And there's no, flexibility. The best franchise system in the world is McDonald's. 90% of McDonald's innovation comes from its franchisees. And why is that? It's because of guys like you. You're in the dirt. You're working with the kids. You're touching stuff. Stuff percolates up. That's what should happen in a good, healthy franchise system. McDonald's did, in the 60s, have a system where it was like my way or the highway. And what they found was the franchisees went, we're going to do it anyway. Up yours. I'm sure there's some similarities going on here. But that's when they finally said to their franchisees, yes, you can do it, but you have to tell us what happened. You have to tell us how it turned out. So for those of you who have seen the McDonald's Playlands and all these kinds of things, all of that came from the franchisees. Another question I just got from Jeannie was, some examples, some of the benefits of merging. Oh, the redundancies, Jeannie, just between the two councils. If you did nothing more than consolidate and move to one single headquarters, and then you had scout shops and other kinds of things, you have to be local in the community. Between the two councils, that would save, our current estimates, that alone would save you $1.2 million. That's a lot of money. And, the efficiencies, some of the changes we can make. My example about the DEs, to be able to recruit DEs that have certain specialties, like membership growth, or that type of thing. That would be a huge game changer for us. So there are a number of aspects like that we're going to be looking at. And so there's a series of subcommittees, almost a dozen of them, that's going to be analyzing every single element that we have, from camps to programs to membership to you name it. And we're going to be looking at, assuming we go forward, looking at what would you do pre-merger, what would you do post-merger, because you need game plans, and then you got to execute. The purpose of the committees is twofold. One, you do your due diligence, you're kicking the tires. That's step one. Once you move past that, then the question is, the goal of that committee is going to be, how do we maximize whatever we have? How do we change whatever we're doing to make it better? That doesn't mean pick one of the things, for example, think of IT. This is not a pick one thing, from one council because theirs is better than the other guys or whatever the case may be. That may not be the right answer. The right answer may be both are antiquated platforms. Let's get a whole new platform. And so that's my call to these guys and the men and women working on it, which is, look, I don't want to take what's the best in each person's closet. I want to say, what is the best thing we should be doing?